Okay, let's start. Let's talk about drawing conclusions, class. Drawing conclusions, remember that it's using the information that you read in the text, what you already know about the topic, and you create your conclusion. That is drawing conclusions. So you give your opinion about the topic or about the story using your own knowledge and using the information that is provided on the story or in the text. Now, here I have two phrases, yes, two phrases, and we're going to try to draw conclusions, class, using just this information. We don't have too much information, but let's see number one. Dog saves family from fire. What comes to your mind when you listen this phrase? Dog saves family from fire. Nothing comes to your mind when you listen this phrase, dog saves family from fire?
That a dog
saved a family for fire.
The family that is going a fire in the house.
Okay.
Ladra.
The dog saved the family of the fire.
Okay. Okay, excellent. So you are telling me that dog saves the family from the fire, as is the phrase, but how can you tell me, what things can you tell me about this dog? This dog, is it brave? Imagine that there is a fire in your house. Well, it's not in your house, it's in one place. Imagine there is a fire right now in a place and there is a dog that it's saving the family from the fire, that it's taking care of the people. What can you tell me about the dog?
Have to write that.
Okay, it might be a strong dog, it might be a brave dog.
The family entrenan a the dog.
They train the dog, yeah, they might be training the dog before. So some dogs, they are trained to rescue people. Yes, excellent, Gabriela.
No, dálmatas creo que se llamaban,
Ajá.
de los bomberos que salvan, save people.
Save people, some of them. Yes, there is a type of breed, the breed of dogs that they save people. They are trained to do that. Like, they are no, I don't think they are Dalmatas. They are another breed, type of breed. But yeah, so that is good. Dogs save family from fire. Now, what about the next one, class? Right now, do not copy. You don't have to copy this. What dog slips through robbery? What do you understand about the second phrase?
What is a robbery?
Robbery, when someone eats stealing something. Like if you remember spelling, we talk about something that it's illegal. So robbery is when there might be a thief that it's taking something that it shouldn't be taken, like the money for another person. Is someone that it tries to have the money of the supermarket or any other, or the bank even. Robbery, that is robbery.
I remember in the unit number 11.
15, yes, robbery, un robo. In Spanish, you say un robo. So what dog slips through robbery? What do you understand about this?
That watches a robber.
Okay, do you know what is a watchdog? Do you know what is a watchdog?
No.
Okay, it's a dog. It's a dog that it's trained to be like taking care of the places. For example, if you
Perro guardián.
Perro guardián in Spanish, that's right. So they need to take care of the things. So they are trained to do that. Some of them, they are trained. So at night when they are sleeping, they are watchdog taking care of the supermarket, in some markers, some hospital, different places, they can have watchdogs. So this watchdog was sleeping through a robbery. What do you think?
A watchdog cannot sleep because it's a perro guardián, and the watchdog is that protects
They need to protect it. Excellent. They cannot sleep, but somehow, this dog was sleeping. Look at this. The picture number 1, it was the dog to save the family from the fire. And the second one, look at the picture. That dog was sleeping here. And this boy was taking the money from that place. I don't know if they're selling hot dogs or I don't know. So he was sleeping. Maybe he was tired, right? Maybe he was tired or he sleeps too much that then he decided to take a nap. We don't know. So look at this, the difference of these two dogs. One dog can be considered like brave because it was rescuing the family, and the other, it was like a sleepy dog when something was happening. Yes, look at the boy, the picture. So we can draw conclusions, class, just by this one phrase, one sentence, or by pictures. We can draw conclusions about what you know, the knowledge that you have, and the information that it's provided. Now let's read.
Traffic and sleeping one.
Yes, 318 class. Open your book on page 318. We have drawing conclusions. Remember that as you read, look at the details and make decisions about the characters and what happens in the story or article. When you make decisions about the characters or events, you are drawing conclusions. Drawing conclusions is sometimes, listen to this. Drawing conclusions is sometimes called making inferences. So they are like synonyms. Making inference is the same of drawing conclusions. Now let's read this. Another death on the ranch. Who is in that page? Lucia? Page 318. Ana, are you in that page? Mia Valentina? Are you in page 318? Mia Valentina. Santiago Hernandez. Marcelo, are you in page 318? No? Are you ready with your notebook? Your book? Yes or no? Rosa Figueroa, are you ready in page 318?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Rosa, help me to read this, the first part, the first page.
In the town, I had been just another happy-go-lucky dog without a care in the world. But back on the ranch, I feel that same crushing sense of responsibility that knows to people in high places. Such a president, prime minister, emperor, and such. Being head of the ranch security in the great honor, but also a dreadful burden. I remember the chicken house murder. I still did not have any suspect, or I had too many suspects. Maybe that was it. Everyone was a suspect. Well, everyone but the milk cows, and I had pretty much crushed her of the listen in the porcupine, since they only eat trees.
Excellent. Okay, stop here. What's happening in the first page, class? What do you understand in this part? Nothing? Anything? Okay, here it's talking about what? It mentioned that it's something is happening in that place. It says, high presidents, prime ministers, emperors, and such. Being the head of the ranch security is a great honor, but also a dreadful burden. What do you think of the picture here that you see these animals? It's the head of the ranch security. What do you
The dog.
It's a dog. It might be a dog. Yes, it might be the dog. He's the head of the ranch security, so he's like a watchdog. It's like a watchdog. Excellent. And it says, I remember the chicken house murder. Do you understand here this part? I remember the chicken house murder. What is a chicken house? Who knows what is a chicken house? Where the chickens live, right?
say
The house of the
Of
chicken.
the granja?
Mhm. The farm, the ranch.
No. Dice, I think it's a mini casa para chickens.
Yes, it's the house of the chicken. In Spanish, we say gallinero, right? You say un gallinero is the place where the chickens they live. So that is, I remember the chicken house murder. So something happened. Do you know what is murder, class? What is
Yes.
what is that?
Asesino.
Yes, so it might happen something in the chicken house. The chicken house murder. It might be some animals dead. In this case, there are going to be chickens. I still didn't have any suspects, or I have too many suspects, it says. So in this part, what it's saying, the dog, it's trying to know who was the person or the animal that kills this animal that is going to mention here. Everyone was a suspect, it says. Sospechoso. Well, everyone but the milk cow. And I have pretty much described, okay, here it says that the porcupines is they only eat trees. So the porcupine is not considered in the list because they eat just trees, not the chickens. Again, let's continue with the next page to find out who was, maybe we can know who was the animal or what happened here. So let's see, Lucia, continue with the next part.
But every other creature on the ranch was under the shadow of suspicion, except Drover. He was too chicken to kill a chicken. When we got home, I threw it up to the chicken house and went over the whole thing in my mind. While I was string here, lost and drowned, a chicken came up and pecked me on the tail. It scared the fool out of me just for a second. I snarled at her and made her squawk and flap her wings. That's another thing about this job. Every day, every night, you put your life on the line. And for what? A bunch of birds that will just a sun back you on the tail has told you good morning.
Excellent, thank you so much. So who are the principal suspects, class? The principal animals that there's like suspects for this murder.
The chicken.
The
A
chicken?
chicken. No, a chicken, yeah.
One chicken is one of the suspects that it might kill the other animals in the chicken house. Yes, it might be. So this is a watchdog that is the leader, remember, the head of the ranch security. So he's like investigating what happened in the chicken house. Yes, this dog here you see, and you see the head of the dog. It looks in that way for that reason. Okay, and it says here, when we got home, I trotted up to the chicken house and went over the whole thing in my mind. While I was sitting there, lost in thought, he was thinking, what is saying here, that he was thinking and thinking a lot of things. A chicken came up and picked me on the tail. One chicken, imagine, he was thinking, and one chicken came up and picked me on the tail of the dog, la cola, right? Scared the fool out of me just for a second and snarled her and made her squirt and flap her wings. Okay, he was thinking. Now let's copy this. We're going to draw conclusions using these three sentences. So let's copy the evidence. Remember, the evidence is the story details and what you know, and the conclusions is what we can say about this sentence. This is the only thing that we're going to copy today. So don't worry, we're not going to copy too much. Okay, let's see. Rebecca, Joshua, have any question that you raise your hand?
No, we want to
No,
read.
I like to
Want to
read.
read? Okay, Danny, tell me that.
I want to participate.
Participate also. Okay, help me to
The
read.
topic is another death on the ranch.
Yeah, this is the title. So let's see. Danny, help me to read number 1, the evidence number 1.
Hank compares his job to those of people in high place.
Mhm. Hank, remember that Hank, it might be the name of the dog, right? Hank. It's the cow dog. It's the dog, the watchdog that he's taking care of the chicken house. So what do you think he compared his job to be a watchdog with the people in high places? Because he was comparing with the people that works for the president, for the prime minister, for the betters. Why do you think so?
He is proud of his job.
Yes, he might be proud of himself. He might be proud of himself. Excellent. So we can write down he's proud of his job. He's like proud of his job because he knows that with this, he can like be investigating as these people do in the house of the president, in the place of the prime minister, and the betters. So he's proud. He loves his job. He might love his job.
Hiciera Hank.
The same Hank, the dog?
Sí.
You think that the same dog can be the murderer killing in the chicken house and he's trying to investigate who was the murderer?
Yes.
Yes. It can happen, right? But it's going to be so weird.
But the dog is beautiful.
The dog is beautiful, so cute. You
Puede
think that
ser
the
muy
dog...
bonito.
So the dog must be lying, Khaled. If the Hank is the killer of the chickens, he must be lying.
Porque tenía hambre.
Number 2, the evidence. Hank has too many suspects. What can we conclude?
Hank has too many suspects.
It will be difficult for the crime.
Okay, yes. Remember that Hank is a dog. It will be difficult for Hank to solve the crime. He has many suspects. He was sitting thinking in the chicken house, who can be or what can be the reason of the chickens they were killed. And in the story, he mentioned that he was having some suspicion, but it mentioned the milk cow, and it says everyone but the milk cow, no. He didn't have suspicion about the milk cow because he knows that there is no reason. There is no reason for wanting to kill a chicken. The cows cannot kill a chicken, so there it was considered. And then it mentioned the porcupine. Porcupine, they only eat trees, so it's not a suspect because they only eat trees. They're not going to kill the chicken. But it says everyone under the creature on the ranch was under the shadow of suspicion, except Drover. He was too chicken to kill a chicken. Now, number 3, Hank goes to the chicken house and is deep in thought about the murder. What can we conclude about this?
He is good at his job.
Yes, so we know he is good at his job because he's trying to solve it. He's trying to know.
No sleeping when that.
Yeah, he's not going to sleep. That's right, Rebecca. Not like that first picture that I displayed to you. The watchdog that he wasn't sleeping during the robbery. This one, no, this is doing the job.
El perrito de la primera imagen estaba ahí imaginando ovejas.
¿Y por qué no mejor digamos que Hank was
I finished.
que era un sonámbulo and then mató a los pollitos?
Okay, that's a good imagination. It can be well. At the end, we didn't know. At the end in the story, we don't know who was the murderer, the killer of the animals, of the chickens. We don't know.
A él lo hubieran dado.
Yes, we don't know the end of this. But you can do as Khaled, you can imagine, you can write, you can think about the end of this story. And like Khaled saying that it might be Hank the murderer. Okay, class, if you finish some of your notebook, like Lucia, Rebecca, thank you.
And most cases,
Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, Marcelo. Excellent. Thank you, Camila. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Remember, no homework in reading this week.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Santiago Hernandez, did you finish, Santiago Hernandez? No? Okay, continue working, please. Then you show me your notebook.